So this is a story from a book that I'm publishing called Living Purpose, How Living Among the Homeless Saved My Life. And it's a story about making peace with those who we are indifferent towards. On June 1st, 2009, I voluntarily decided to live among the homeless. And I was worried that my friends and family might shun me. I was worried it would be hard to get a job. I was really worried it would be awkward to bring a girl back to my place to watch a movie with 26 other homeless men. But deep inside of me, I had a desire for purpose. And I believed that purpose came from helping others. And I wanted to know to what degree I had to walk in their shoes in order to understand what it is that they really need and in order to help them and to find purpose in my life. And the first day I was there, the executive director, he taught me all the rules. He showed me my cot, showed me where I could put my things. And I walked to the back porch, and there I met Walter, who was homeless. Walter was in his early 30s. He was short and fit. He had tattoos and dark, curly Q hair. Walter worked somewhere that I didn't expect, Victoria's Secret. Walter also told me that he'd been in prison a couple of times, but that's not what scared me. What scared me was when he told me that he had a demon living inside of him. I thought he might kill me my first night in my sleep. Walter was kind of mean. He said mean things about the other guys. He made fun of the pastor a lot. But what I noticed most about him was that he really hated God. I actually took him to church with me a couple times, and my pastor would pray, "God, you are so great." And Walter would say out loud so the whole congregation could hear, "No, you are not." That got us a lot of looks. But as I got to know Walter, I began to understand why he hated God. Before he asked the devil to come into his life, he was a worship leader at a church. And he was married. He had a child who was in his wife's womb. And when the child was born, it was a stillborn, and he found out that the child was not his. The child belonged to a leader in his church. Things unraveled pretty fast there with his wife, with his child. And so now Walter was a couple of bunks over from me, living with a demon inside of him. And as I got to know Walter, I could understand why if what had happened to him happened to me, I might make the same decisions that he did. I could see myself in him. As we sat on the back porch together that first day, Walter looked at me and he said, "You know, Derek, you don't seem like the typical kind of person that lives in a homeless shelter. What are you doing here?" I thought about lying. I thought about saying I had problems with drug and alcohol, that I couldn't afford a place to live, but that didn't seem right. And so I told him the truth, that I wanted to see what it was like, and I wanted to see how I could help. And then testing the waters, I said, "Walter, what do people who are homeless really need?" I thought he might say government assistance, jobs, education. But he looked at me and said something that even a man with a demon inside of him knew. He said, "Derek, all anybody really needs is hope." He put out a cigarette and he walked inside. And as I sat there, I realized that with hope, I could endure any circumstance. And without hope, no circumstance really mattered that much. But as I dug into my own soul, I realized something troubling, because my entire life I'd been taught to protect myself, protect my family from people who were different from me, people different racially, socioeconomically, and education levels, political levels. Not people who were real and broken, who were hurting just like me, who needed hope just like me. And as I dug into my soul, I found indifference there. And I want everyone just to think, close your eyes and think about what Walter was like. Could it be that the person that you see there might be someone who you're indifferent to, that you might be afraid of, and who you need to make peace with. Is that person a Republican or Democrat? Are they atheist, Christian, Muslim? Are they educated or not? Was their family rich or poor? Walter's family owned a small business. He graduated from school. He shared an important trait with the robbed and beaten man from the story of the Good Samaritan, the one that Jesus tells about how we should love our neighbors, how we should not be indifferent towards anyone, how we should make peace with everyone. Walter's a white Jew. Thanks.